Preparations are underway at Westminster Abbey for King Charles III's coronation tomorrow.
Yeah, more than 6,000 troops are taking part in the royal procession. Charles will be the 40th monarch crowned at the historic church, a tradition dating back to William the Conqueror in 1066.
Wow.
I know. Think of all that history. Charles's wife, Camilla, will be crowned as Queen Consort.
Joining us live right now is Richard Mineards. And Richard, you spent decades working with the royal family. Can you tell us what the significance of the coronation to the British population is?
Well, it's a very symbolic occasion, as you say, very, very historic. I mean, the church they're in dates back more than 1,000 years. And the ceremonial and the pomp and pageantry attached to this is very important. And as we all well know, King Charles has been waiting a very long time to ascend to the throne, as his mother reigned for more than 70 years, creating a new record, eclipsing Queen Victoria. And it's getting extraordinary coverage in England. And as you say, all the guardsmen on duty. But they've also got 11,500 policemen in security on this, because they're worried about woke zealots protesting, Republicans protesting. So it might not be the easiest of ceremonies, but I think King Charles is delighted that at last he's ascending the throne. And more importantly, he's with his wife Camilla, who will drop the name Queen Consort and be known as Queen. He's been wanting this for many, many years. Camilla was considered a pariah in 1997 when Diana died in that tragic Paris crash. But it's been an amazing turnaround in popularity. Here we are 26 years later. She's ascending the throne with her husband as queen, and she's very, very popular with the British public, according to recent opinion polls.
It's interesting how times change, isn't it? And how we progress and move forward. I know you did work with the Queen very closely. Can you talk about how the King's coronation will differ from the Queen's?
Well, it's going to be a very pared-down occasion comparing to the Queen's coronation back in 1953 at Westminster Abbey. It's going to be only 2,000 people there compared to 8,000 back then. And also, it's going to last less time. It's going to be under 2 hours compared to nearly 4 hours when the Queen was crowned. And also, it'll be less sort of ceremonial, because you used to have all the lords and ladies with their coronets and ermine, but a lot of people are allowed to be wearing lounge suits. And most importantly, for me at least, my neighbor, Prince Harry, here in Montecito, has gone, as you know. And more importantly, where he will be sat in the Abbey. I suspect not with the rest of the royal family, which he has blasted in his book Spare and his Netflix documentary. So I think he'll probably be at the back of the bus, as it were.
Wow.
Then he's immediately flying back here, because as you know, it coincides with his son Archer's 4th birthday. And supposedly he's flown in on a private jet to England, will stay officially probably about 2 or 3 hours for the ceremony, not taking any official part, and then wing back here to be back in time for Archer's big day.
You know, it's probably good that there's not a lot of time in between. They can't get into anything. Just get in and get out. That's what I like to do with my family. Keep it positive.
It would be nice if actually William and Harry could get together and sort out this schism that they've had now for some years. But I don't see that happening. No. I don't see any rapprochement. We wait and see.
Well, we hope there is some kind of resolution.
Yeah.
And Richard, for many, this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. People have been camping out for days. Can you talk more about the pomp and circumstances associated with this coronation?
Well, it's the ceremonial with all the guards on duty and all their red tunics and bear skins and gold livery is absolutely amazing. The coaches they're using, the 2014 state coach that was made in Australia, which has hydraulic suspension, very much compared to the carriage you're seeing now, which was built 253 years ago by George III and first used by Queen Victoria's uncle, William IV, for his coronation. And it's decidedly uncomfortable. William was known as the Sailor King and described riding that carriage as being in a very stormy ship at the time. The Queen said it was an absolutely horrible carriage to ride in. And Queen Victoria said, my God, the oscillations, I just couldn't go. So you have that. But then you've got the crown jewels on display. I mean, these are normally kept in the Tower of London, built by William the Conqueror. They'll all be out there. Here you have the old throne, which actually has graffiti. It dates back to the 13th century, and the stone underneath is the stone of Spoon, known as the Stone of Destiny, which now rests in Scotland for many years because the Scots took it back, but it's been brought back to London to be put under the throne. And this carriage is just extraordinary, very uncomfortable. It has no hydraulic suspension, runs on straps which have actually been replaced, so it might be a little more comfortable, but I doubt it. And then you see this extraordinary mantles of robes that they will be wearing for the coronation itself, and when Charles is crowned by the Archbishop of Canterbury, James Weldy. I mean, it's an extraordinary spectacle, once in a lifetime for many of us.
Yeah.
And of course, we all miss the Queen, but long live the King.
I know, that's one of the changes. The currency going to change too. Richard, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here and for all of those fun little inside details.
Yeah.
Didn't realize how uncomfortable they could end up being overnight. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
My pleasure.